During my usual morning social media scroll, I happened upon some items that made me so happy, filled me with so much joy and nostalgia. They're holy items, don't need to be forgotten about, and if you were born in the 90s or even late 80s, they're gonna make you happy too. Listen, this first one, this is your usual everyday hearty, healthy lunch of pizza, corn, milk, and fruit. I know it's lunch. I know it's not breakfast because the breakfast pizza was always sausage. It was always sausage for breakfast, and you had the milk for lunch. You had the chocolate milk, the vanilla milk, or the strawberry milk. Nobody had that strawberry milk. If you had the strawberry milk, you were an outcast, and you're probably not doing that well in life now. I'm joking, but this made PE heaven. This made life heaven for any kid. This was the parachute. You got the PE. Teacher taught you how to do it. She said, look, you're gonna grab the ends of this, you're gonna flop it up, get up under it, and you're gonna sit down. And you did that. You wanted to be there forever. You didn't care what was going on outside that parachute no more. You wanted to be in that parachute for the rest of your life. This, I don't know what these are called, but I knew how to use them. They had these shopping cart wheels on it. And you sat down and you scoot yourself backwards or forwards as fast as you can until you run over your fingers. And you can't say nothing when you do it because you don't want them to take you out. So you got to take that. You had to take that pain because you want to stay on that scooter. These, I didn't have a mat like this. I had a mat. Not like that. I don't know what this is. This is some refugee shit. I didn't have nothing like that. This is the mothership of all of these items. This is an overhead projector. It isn't like PowerPoint where you can go forward and back with the slides to see what you've done, or you can tell the teacher, hey, can you go back a slide because I missed that. Listen, it was a light in this thing. You turn it on and it was just a light. All right, the circle, the clear part right there, that was a light. The teacher had these clear sheets. All right, she had these clear sheets, and she always had at least 2 or 3 of them, never more than that. And she would write on them with a marker, a dry erase marker, and the only way to get that dry erase off was to squirt it with some water. Had the spray bottle, you squirt it with some water and wipe it down. She always had like this one rag, and I always got real inky with whatever she wrote with. When she was writing stuff down, you had to be right there with her because ain't no going back. When she's done, ain't no, hey, can you let me see it one more time? It's gone. You can't see it one more time. It's gone. She ain't finna write it back down. So if you didn't get it, you just gonna miss that question on the test. I was a beast at these. I really got this done in 1 minute. The 1 minute drill, I really got done in 1 minute. And I was cold until we started doing double digit multiplication. Then I got lost. That was it. But this, I was cold at that. I remember I was the only one that came to class with one. I was stunned every time teacher was like, get your pencils out, get your whatever out, get your supplies out. I took that box out. I made sure everybody knew that I had that box. I shook everything in it, made as much noise. Did you say get the glue out? I was stunned. These, the pattern blocks, I think they still use these. But I remember that it was always like one that wouldn't stick, and that was the start of me having anger management issues in kindergarten. I don't know if I had these, but I knew somebody else that had them. And they were pointless because all they did was make stamps. You couldn't color with them, so I don't know what the use was for these. The Scholastic Book Fair. I remember going there just for the gel pens. You didn't go for the books. You went to get a gel pen. If you got a book, then you were lame. You didn't go for or you could get the Captain Underpants books. Everybody got the Captain Underpants books. I don't know if anybody else got anything other than gel pens and Captain Underpants books from the Scholastic Book Fair. This game right here taught me how to finesse at an early age. Listen, you got your head down and you got your thumb up. Whoever touched your thumb, they will stand at the front. It would be like 2 or 3 people, and you had to pick who touched your thumb. All right, and if you were right, then you got a chance to go up and you could pick thumbs. Now what I did, I had a hole right here, a hole at the top of my elbow, and I would watch shoes. And if I seen your shoes, it didn't work all the time, but if I seen your shoes, I know you touched my thumb, and it was my turn. Taught me how to finesse early. This was perhaps the worst invention they could have come up with because it made you feel like you weren't gonna have to get up and sharpen your pencil, so that was gonna save you a lot of time. But like once you got to writing with it, those things got dull so fast, and once you got down to 2 or 3 of them, it would always go back up inside the little pen part, and you couldn't get it out, and you had to keep trying to pull it out in order to keep writing. It was just that wasn't a good thing to have. Book it. I was trying to figure out what this was for the longest. I remember it was something that you got rewards for reading. I never get the awards because I never read, but I remember it was something you got awards for reading. And it was a pizza party, all right? If you had a lot of points or whatever it was, you could get a pizza party. Was it a pizza party or was it just pizza? I don't know. They brought you a pizza in a box. I remember some kids getting a pizza in a box. I didn't ever get the pizza, so I was always hating. That was my role. I was a hater. This was the opposite of that little pencil tool. This was the best thing you could have had because It had every color of pen that you needed right there in the top. You didn't have to get up to go to your cubby to get the pen. You didn't have to get it out your backpack. You didn't have to rummage through your supply to look for the red pen when it's time to grade. It's just, oh, it's time to switch. Switch that pen, look around at all the peasants trying to find their pens, and just feel good about life. These, when I seen these, I was like, they still make gushers, but I looked closely. Like, you gotta look closely at the package. That's not the shiny package. That's the package that look like paper. They tasted way better when they came in this package right here. When you could rub it and it feels kind of coarse. I didn't get these a lot. You know, I had to hustle for these. I wasn't like the cool kids that got the good notes when, you know, you wrote a note in class and you walk in the hallway. I only know about this because I seen it. It never happened to me. You walk in the hallway and you hand it off, or you hand it off in class, and that'll be your note for the day. Some kids, some of my friends got 3 or 4 of them. I got one. I maybe got one a month, and I had to ask for it. Hey, you gonna write me a note? Can you write me a note? And it was always something friendly because I asked for it. I wasn't cool. Oh man, I had these. I used to slap the mess out of my wrist with these, and my friends' wrist. Just walk up to them and bah, and just be laughing. They run off with it. And that was it for that. It was gone. These things right here, I didn't know what it was when I first looked at it, but these are just the little things that were in the front of the book. You know, you wrote your name on it when you checked the book out. Nobody ever did it, but it was always there. And every now and then you'll see a bad word on it and you'll pass it around and show your friends. And that'll be the high point of your day. I never had these. Another one of those things that I didn't have, but somebody else had. I never had these. They were pointless, but they exist. Light-Brite. Never had a Light-Brite, but I knew somebody else that had a Light-Brite. I never had one. I think I skipped straight to PlayStation at this point. I think PlayStation was out, and nothing else in life mattered at that point except Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. One and one though. This, I remember seeing one of these in people's backyards. It was always real dirty. All the wheels, the seat, the handlebars, always real nasty and dirty. That's the only time I remember seeing this. Never had these. I know a lot of people that look like this. I never had one of these though. The movie was good. This, oh man, this was entertainment at my granny house because she didn't have nothing else. And this ain't the one that she had either. This the one, I think I see a switch. It had a battery pack in this one. The one she had, you had to crank it up. Got the little switch on the side. You had to crank that little switch and then make the fish go around. You had to fish them out with a little magnet. That was a fun game. Another one of those things that I remember playing with, but I did not have. I think somebody else had one of these. One of my friends did. It was like you had to write on that, and the pen was like a magnet. The pen was like a little magnet, and you wrote with the magnet. And when you got done writing, you could swipe that little bottom, the little thing he was holding with his hand, you could swipe it off. This is what you gave your kids when you didn't feel like buying them a video game, and you wanted them to get out of your face for hours at a time. Like, because I remember having this, and I could not achieve what you were supposed to achieve with it. You're supposed to push that little button. That's all you could do is push that button. It's like a little pump, and it would make those rings move, and you had to get them in a certain area. And I could never do it. Boy, a lot of things that we had made us very impatient individuals. Etch-a-Sketch. Could never draw on it, could never make a picture on it, but I always had it. I always tried my best. I always practiced. You turn those little knobs at the bottom, and you gotta, I don't know, you gotta figure out which one goes up, which one goes to the side. And I feel like every now and then they would switch roles because that was hard to do. I think I made a picture one time, shoot it by accident. Another toy that made you really, really angry. Don't remember having this again, but I feel like I knew somebody that did. But you know, it looked cool. But that's it. I just wanted to share that with everybody real quick. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is gonna be at the top, because it's Facebook.